Welcome to AFJ's Instagram review of the new Star Wars Black Series archive figure, Bossk. Now, it seems weird saying new because this figure has been out before. And as you can see on the packaging, he was out only 4 years ago. We'll be kind and we'll say 4 years ago, but really it's 3 years and 1 month maybe. As you can see here on the back, we have the original packaging. I never actually picked this figure up the first time around. I think I might have seen him once, and then I decided that, yeah, I'll get him next time, and never saw him again. So that was a big regret of mine. And I actually wanted all the bounty hunters. So when I did not actually get Bossk, I gave up on IG-88 too. I think I saw him twice and didn't bother. So I had already been asked where I got this archive figure. I'll be honest with you. I pre-ordered it on Entertainment Earth, and I just picked the 4 figures. That was an option. You can get a whole case, or you could just get Luke, Boba, Bossk, and IG-88, just those 4 figures. And that's all I really wanted, so I just got the 4 figures. Came perfectly shipped from Entertainment Earth. I had no problems. I pre-ordered it, so I did have to wait, of course. But with a pre-order, you know, what are you going to do? It's going to take a couple months. So as soon as they announced it, I pre-ordered it. This is a fantastic, you know, way of getting figures. There is hunting and there's looking, and I think they've been out now, I think since the beginning of the month. I have not seen them once. Now, I know that numerous people have already reported getting them, but I thought, you know, hey, let's do it. Let's open him up. I got him sitting here. Bossk is one of my all-time favorite characters. Even though he doesn't do much in the movies, he does have a longer history in the comics. He has been on the Clone Wars TV series, and he actually is in Empire Strikes... Well, he is in Empire Strikes Back, but he is also in Return of the Jedi. So we're going to get into all of that. Hello, everyone. I'm just going to wave to a few more people here. Thank you for tuning in. If you are catching this, the repost on YouTube, I appreciate you watching. So let's get to it. This figure was $19.99 on Entertainment Earth. I pre-ordered him, as I had said, and this is one figure that I really, really wanted. So as you can see here, let's flip the package over. We do have the new packaging. I do prefer the box. I like the box for the storage of the Black Series, but since this is an archive collection, I figure I can go out and get the original, and then I have this one to pose for pictures and put on display. So as you can see, Bossk does come with his Relby V10 mortar gun or grenade launcher. I don't know if that's the preferred weapon of a Trandoshan, but hey, what are you gonna do? That's his weapon. I do love his outfit, which you see in here, and this actually appeared in an episode of Doctor Who. One of the early episodes of Doctor Who. It may even be one of the first episodes. So that's kind of an interesting. This is obviously a British flight suit if it was on Doctor Who. So this is going to pain me, but here we go. Bossk is going to be open, so let's look at him in his one last time in the package, and then he will become a member of the loose collection that I have here. Hello to everybody. It's just tuning in. Great to see you all today on this awesome day off that we have. So here we go. Ugh, already hurts. I hate that feeling of that under cardboard. Do they sell him at stores? Yes, they do, DB Boyd. But good luck trying to find him, because right now he's been very tough. So here we go. We're going to pull him out of what I call the plastic coffin. And I'm going to do a smell test. Oh, yeah, he's got that brand new smell to him. Smells awesome. Now, the one thing I noticed about Bossk, and like I said, I never had the original figure, is that he has this extra joint for his mouth to give him just a little bit of emotion to leave it open, just a little bit. But you got to, you got to really work at that to get that open. But as you can see here, we do have a joint, and then you can close it. So he's got a bit of a pull, but it's still an extra joint, which is a nice touch by Hasbro. They didn't have to do that. We've got some great arm joints here, and he's got wrist joints, which is great. Wow, I'm already super impressed. I'm really loving this figure, and I've had him out of the pack of like all of 2 seconds. So Bossk is a lefty, as you can see, because this hand is open, or this claw is open. What's up, my brothers? And the gun clearly has to go over here with these 3 talons. So I'm going to kind of open them up here so we can see. You found the original toy at Comic Heaven in Willow Grove loose, but it was too much. Wow, loose and it was too much. Well, this was something that they announced at Comic-Con in 2018, that the archive collection was coming. And I think in a lot of ways it has really killed the secondary market, which is great. But eventually they will replace the secondary market prices because these aren't going to be around forever. But this is the chance to get this figure now if you couldn't have gotten him 3-4 years ago. And I was one of those people that I wasn't 100% into the Black Series figure, you know, life and bills and everything else, and that happens, and you end up losing the opportunity of actually getting the figure, and instead, you know, you kind of end up paying secondary prices. So with this opportunity to get Bossk now, it's like, oh, he's only $20 instead of being $40. It's kind of like recently we did have we had Schrute and Bays show up at Five Below and a lot of Ross's and secondary marketplaces that were not collector places. They were just, discount retail. And I'll be honest, I got 2 Schrutes, kept one in the box, opened one here, reviewed it, and I have the other Bays in a box. And it's just one of those things where it's like, yeah, I paid $15 for 3 figures, where before I would have had to pay $60 just to get one. So this is the really awesome of Hasbro to do this. And Luke, in his pilot outfit, we got Boba Fett. We're also going to be able to get IG-88 finally, and Bossk. So this is great. And then in Wave 2, it has already been announced that we'll get a Biker Scout by itself without the bike, which is one that I think out of all of Wave 2, that's one I really want. Anakin is coming back. And we also have the opportunity to get Yoda one more time. So I already asked, do I have Boba Fett in the pack? Well, I could leave you here with Bossk for like a second. And I'm still here, I'm still here, I'm still here, I'm still here. Boom. Yeah, I have him. He's right there. Now, this one is tough for me because I don't know if I can open this one. I don't have the original IG-88, as I said, so I'm still kind of on the hunt for him. So I think I'm going to have to buy a second one of these just so that I have one that's mint in the box and one that I can set up and do pictures with and stuff. Because that's becoming more the relaxing thing for me now, is posing, taking the figures outside, doing some sort of crazy thing with them. And it's just a way to play with the figures and also just relax and have fun with it. And I think that's what I think a lot of collectors have lost sight of, is that these are toys, and this is a great way to relax. I'm going to get IG-88 out and bring Bossk back in. He is, by the way, he is standing on his own there. In case you were wondering, there's Boba too. Now, the funny thing is about Boba is that I really should open Boba. I have the European and Comic-Con Black Series exclusive that comes with the Han Solo in Carbonite, and then I think I also have the regular one, and I can't remember because everything's in storage, but I have the white one as well. So I'm well versed in the Bobas. I think I'm just going to save him for another snow day and do him a little bit later. Maybe I'll do him next week. And then here's Luke, which is the very first Black Series figure I ever got. I got the original the day he came out. He was the one I wanted. I found him at Target. Couldn't believe that. And he sat on my desk for like ever. And I did not have the heart to open him because he was so glorious. So I do have that one. And I actually have a decent face on mine. We've had some issues where people have been reporting that the faces don't look good. But my face looks pretty decent. I'm impressed, and especially because I ordered it too. Like I just blindly got them. So by seeing this, I was kind of like, oh, okay, cool. I got a good one. But I figured maybe they were all good. But there's so many bad ones out there that have popped up, and that's just all paint. So as we get back to Bossk here, we have tons of loose belts that move. It actually gives that great pilot look to it. We have all these fantastic little details here. I mean, I love this, that this was probably like the white zipper. I have a flight suit of my own. I have a Rebel pilot suit, and I have that zipper right there. Love these. Look at these feet. All the way down, just the littlest tiny details. There's no year there, but there is some sort of number. And then here we do have, I don't know if I can get it, but it does say, I think it says 20. No, I can't read that. It just says Hasbro, made in China, and then there's some numbers on the bottom there. So, D. Boyd, I do not buy Walking Dead figures. Okay, thank you for asking, though. We have reviewed a couple, and they are on our YouTube page, so you can see them. I believe it was Ezekiel, and then we got a giant version of the McFarlane Negan. So that's definitely on our website. So here we do the back. Again, it's almost like, no, I'm not going to pull it out, but it is a great extra accessory. When I was a kid, this was just all painted on, and it was layers to the sculpt. We even had these extra little ankle talons right here. Look at that on both of them. Really, really, I mean, Hasbro outdid themselves. I mean, is this a repro? I can't tell you, as in, like, did they just reproduce the old figure? Did they add anything to it? I'd love to know that about IG-88, because one of the biggest problems that IG-88 had was that he didn't stand. And I know some people have already commented on that. So this is a fantastic figure. My light kind of adjusted itself here finally. So let's put the gun in his hand. Always like that, especially when you have, you can only go in one hand. So really we're kind of forced to deal with the posing. Kind of hard to do a shot like this. I can't really pose. So, I mean, I guess I could put it under, yeah, I could do it like this. So there's our pose. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Lots of new people here. As you can see, Bossk is ready for the hunt. He hunted Wookiees primarily, so that kind of put him on the trail of Chewbacca. And I did like that they added him to the Clone Wars, and he's actually reported to being in The Mandalorian, so that'll be great. Bossk will get some more time. Now, as far as the character goes, in the movies, he was portrayed by Alan Harris, who was a stuntman. He was also Anthony Daniels' stand-in for in Return of the Jedi, so that's why he did not play him in Return of the Jedi. It was a different actor. He also was a stormtrooper in Return of the Jedi, and he's actually in A New Hope, so it's kind of neat that they kept using him over and over again. All right, guys, so I'm going to wrap this up here. This is an absolutely fantastic Black Series figure. As you can see, we have incredible details. This is all ridged. This is not painted. The jaw opens a little bit, not a lot, but it seems like the part of this helmet here, where the helmet would connect, if this was a real flight suit, though Bossk never really wore one, kind of gets in the way a little bit. It moves a little bit. So that might be my only complaint, that it's not enough of a jaw open. And I'm trying to pull at the top too, but nope. So a little bit. So there we go. You've got to really force it. But this here even spins, so you can really get some great poses with him done. Kind of like doing the whenever they have something like this, I kind of like giving it. Can you really make it look like he's lived in, or like he's just walking around kind of pose? Because the more that they look like they're actually alive, for me, is always that's always been it for me. Like, I've always been a guy who likes to pose his figures over playing with them, which used to really upset my brother, because he always wanted to like have the ships fly and attack, and I was always more about, like, you know, the setup and how it looked. So there we go. Just watching. Close the mouth up a little bit. Do I buy Marvel Legends? Yes, D. Boyd. But this year, actually, I've decided to kind of cut back, and I'm going to focus mostly on the Black Series figures. Now, that's not AFJ. That's just my own personal collection. We will have tons of Marvel Legends throughout the year for reviews. We will also have lots of other Marvel Legend news. But as far as my own personal collection, what we don't keep in the office for reviews and on display, my own personal collection will be primarily Black Series figures this year and Migos. I'm really getting into the Migos. So, shout out to official Michael Myers. Yes. Hello. How are you doing? So I'm going to wrap this up. Again, thank you so much for tuning in. If you're watching this on YouTube, we further appreciate it. Please follow AFJ on Facebook. We are The Real AFJ on Instagram and Twitter. We have a Facebook group of over 40,000 on called the Facebook, just under the Facebook group. And then we have a corporate page, which is just Action Figure Junkies. So you want to look for us at Action Figure Junkies on Facebook and you will find us. Thank you so much for tuning in. And again, fantastic Hasbro figure.